Congratulations, you just tuned into Money Moves with Nick, where I help you make more money and keep it. Today we're going to be talking about passive income. I'm going to kind of share with you a formula and generally mindset in order to help you go from active income to passive income and then free up more of your time so that you can do the things that you want and achieve the life that you want, okay? A lot of people out here are struggling. A lot of people are living in darkness. They do not have financial literacy. This is something that I've always thought about. Once the idea of passive or ongoing income became available to me, once the idea was planted in my mind, I've never been able to stop thinking about it. It's like, how could you ever go work a job for the rest of your life if this exists, okay? Why would I go sell my time for the rest of my life when this kind of income exists, okay? It exists. We just need to figure out how to get there, okay? And honestly, there's not a lot of information out there on how to do it. I'm going to share some mindset. Now, I want to clarify, this is not financial advice. This is mindset. And this is also not the only way to achieve passive income. This is a head start. I'm going to give you the mindset. I'm going to teach you the mindset here, but it's up to you to use your creativity, your God-given creativity, to bring this to fruition in your life. All right, you were created in the image of God. What is God? God is a creator. That means you are too, and you have the ability to go out and create stuff. So we're going to go create an amazing life, and I'm going to help you do it. Now, why am I doing this? Why am I posting YouTube videos, okay? Because I am doing what I'm teaching, and I'm going to get into what I'm talking about in just a second. But before we get into that, we need to all come to common ground before we can go to higher ground. Would you agree with that? Yes or no? Yes, you do agree with that. Okay, so we need to come up with a common ground, a common understanding before we can reach to a new level of height, okay? So in this mindset, let's just talk about what your life looks like, okay? We're going to start with what your life looks like, and once we start with what your life looks like and what my life looks like as well, then we can go up from there, okay? So every single person goes through something similar to this, okay? They have income, they pay expenses, maybe out of that income, they save a little for an emergency fund or some cushion, some sort of savings, some sort of 401k, whatever it is, okay? So income minus expenses minus cushion, that equals our cash flow, okay? In the last video, I didn't put cushion, but I also just wanted to plant this idea in your mind that having some sort of cushion taken out of your income so that if you have like a car repair, I just wanted you to be aware that you should be taking something out from your income and just having a little bit of stockpile. Maybe it's even just $1,500, whatever it is, just in case something happens and you need that cash immediately, okay? So from our income minus our expenses and what we took out for our emergency fund, we get some sort of a cash flow. It's either a surplus, exactly zero, or a deficit, okay? Our income minus our expenses minus our cushion is either a surplus, zero, or a deficit, okay? Now, we're not going to get into how to fix that. We're just going to say that that is one of the three options, okay? So, in this scenario, we have a surplus, okay? Maybe we don't. Maybe we're at zero or negative, okay? So here's what we need to do. We're going to start with our active income. We are going to start with active income, and we're going to translate that into passive income. We're going to take our active income is trading time for money, where we sell our soul for money. We sell life that we will never get back. We will sell our energy. We are the product that we are selling to a company or to a consumer in exchange for money, which everybody has to do this at some point, okay? We all have to do this. This is just the way the society is, and this is something that we need to do temporarily in order to survive. Now, once you've been doing that for a while, so I am 28, I've been doing this for 14 years now, and I feel like a slave. All right, I feel like a slave. All right, you realize I'm just a slave with luxury items. I'm just a slave that gets to choose where they live. All right, I'm just a slave that gets to choose what car they drive. I'm I'm a really like it's like I'm in a maximum security prison, but I got a queen bed. I'm in a maximum security prison, but I got a nice TV and an Xbox. I'm in a maximum security prison, but I've got that Keurig machine, okay? And that guy over there doesn't have one of those, okay? Do you see that? Look at me. I have all these luxury items, but I have luxury items and they don't. But neither of us can leave our cell. Neither of us can stop running the rat race, okay? Neither of us can stop, okay? So how do we stop? How do we get out of this rat race, okay? We need to generate passive income, all right? And it's going to require selling time for money. In this specific scenario, there's other scenarios that may be different, but we're going to talk about this specific one. Once again, this is not financial advice. This is mindset that I'm going to share with you absolutely for free. So hit that like button. If you found this video valuable, share it with a friend and comment something that maybe could help the next person that's watching this. Hey, great video. This is the specific way that I achieve this, okay? So we all go into our job, or maybe we have a small business. Now, if you have a small business, and what I mean by that is a hobby shop or a coffee shop or whatever, where I still have to show up and trade my time for dollars. Maybe I run a food cart or whatever it is. Sure, I still have a job, but I'm the owner of the job, so I'm a little bit of a higher status slave, okay? So in this specific scenario, we have a job. So we have an active income. We're just over broke, all right? And we have to continuously run this cycle. We run the cycle where we get income, we pay expenses, we have a cushion, we get a little bit of cash flow, okay? But what happens is people aren't capturing the cash flow or creating more cash flow. So we have our job, we have our main source of income, and then we have what I call satellite incomes. I like the word satellite incomes because they're hovering around our regular income. We have our main base. We have our main base, which is our job, and we have all these satellites floating around, okay? So there are two different types of satellite income. So we have active and we have passive. The goal is to go from active income to passive income, and this is going to take time. This is not something that happens overnight, okay? This is something that takes a little bit of time, which is okay because all good things take time. A strong, mighty oak tree takes time to develop, but once it's developed properly, there's not a lot of storms that can knock it down. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a foundation. We're going to build something that lasts our lifetime so that we can buy freedom, okay? So if we are in a cash flow scenario where we need a little bit more cash flow to accelerate, we can do our job, and then with our extra time, we can do some sort of a side hustle. We can maybe trade stocks. We can maybe resell products, maybe flip some rummage sale items or Legos, whatever it is. We can sell plasma. All of these are trading our time for money, okay? This is all active. Now, the point of us doing active, I want you to understand this. The point of us getting more active income is so we can get more surplus, more cash flow to work with, okay? Does that make sense? So we're just increasing our income here. So we're just taking, maybe we have this much, and now we're getting up to there, okay? Because the more cash flow, the more finances, the more resources that we have to work with, the easier it is to generate passive income, okay? The more momentum we have in the active category, the more momentum we can carry into the passive category, okay? The faster it goes, okay? The more, so think about it this way. Let's just say I want to fill up a bowl with rice, okay? I want to fill up a bowl with rice. And every single day I'm putting 2 grains of rice in there, okay? It's going to take a really long time to fill that bowl, right? 2 grains every single day. 2 little grains of rice every single day. But on Saturday, I get 2 more grains, okay? Wow, I did my side hustle, 2 more grains, okay? And I did this other side hustle, 3 more grains, okay? So now what I'm doing is I'm putting more grain into the bowl faster so it can fill up, okay? So sure, the bowl 100% will be full eventually if we just keep putting 2 grains of rice in there, but it's not going to be as fast as if we can put more grains per day or per week in there. I hope that makes sense to you. The goal is to fill up the bowl. The more grains we put in as fast as possible, the faster the bowl fills, okay? That is the idea behind this, okay? So when we do more active income, like trading, learning a skill that we can flip stuff, resell plasma, all we're doing is we're adding more cash to our cash flow, okay? Sometimes you may need to invest a little money into something in order to add the cash flow, but what we're doing is we're adding more and more and more and more cash flow, okay? Cash flow, more cushion to work with, and then we can translate that into passive income, okay? Do you see where are you tracking? Are you tracking? We have active income, and our goal first is to increase our active income if we can via side hustles, via working overtime, whatever it is, okay? So we have that. Now, that being said, our goal is to get to the passive income category, okay? So, I do want to put a quick caveat. We could skip over this part and go straight to one of these, and that is completely okay. But I did want to just hammer on that point. If you would like more cash flow, we need to sell more time in order to get that cash flow, and then we have more money to play with, more things to work with, okay? Now, our goal is to get to passive income. And what is passive or ongoing income? It's income from activities you do once, write this down, activities that you do once plus minor maintenance occasionally. Income from activities that you do once plus minor maintenance occasionally. Okay, so we have income. Once we do this activity one time and maybe do a little maintenance, maybe sell some things or sell some stock or buy some more, minor maintenance. Once we do that activity, average down. Once we do that activity one time, it pays us, okay? So once the activity is complete, a consistent return follows, okay? Does that make sense? So when I go to my job, I sell my time, I come back, okay? They're not going to pay me again until I go to my job again and then sell more time, okay? With passive opportunities, such as writing a book, for example, I write my book one time. Maybe I do minor marketing occasionally. Marketing maintenance. All right, tell some people about it. Do I ever have to write that book again? No, I do not, because I did an activity one time, and the activity then, once it's maintained properly, will continuously pay me, if that makes sense. Okay, so with a dividend, if I bought a company that has a dividend, once I buy that and I've made a good decision and I've invested in my own mind to kind of research that sector and that company is going to share part of its profits with me indefinitely, okay? So let's just say I put $100 into a company and they pay 5% dividend. It may seem like a little bit, but it's $5 free every single year, okay? So it's $5 free from an activity that I did once, okay? And after 20 years, I will have doubled my money in that specific scenario. But here's the thing. I bought it one time and it keeps paying me. I bought it one time and it keeps paying me over and over and over and over again. So we want to get out of trading time for money into doing things that create money for us. check out my money making machine video that I just made. Maybe you subscribed or liked that video and that's why you're watching this one. But basically, how to create a money making machine. And that's kind of what we're talking about here, but I just want to paint the picture in a little bit of a different way, okay? So some of the ideas, now it's up to you to use your creativity here to figure out which one of these am I going to do. Man, what is a skill I really have? What is a gift that I was born with or blessed with? What are some specific traits that were passed down from my ancestors that I'm better at than you are, and that I can use those skills to create some sort of passive income? Maybe I was born into a family that succeeded on YouTube, and I can, I have an easier route to do that. Okay, so all of these things, let's just run through them. So passive and ongoing income. This is not an all-inclusive list. This is not. There's other things, but dividend income. We buy something, we get a dividend. Okay, we loan money, we get interest. We loan money to the government via bonds, and we get a return on those bonds, okay? Rental property or renting an object. I paid for the object one time. I have minor maintenance, just connecting with a client or a potential tenant and maybe fixing some stuff. But once I've bought that house, I can make continuous ongoing rental income for indefinitely with minor maintenance. That's why I said passive income is one activity plus minor maintenance that pays us forever, okay? Same thing with a book. You could even do music. If you want to do music, if you are artistically gifted, you could make music and people are going to listen to that song over and over and over and over again. One of my best friends is a musician. I actually am really into music. I haven't released anything, but I would like to in the future. I got 2 guitars sitting right on the floor to my left and my ukulele and everything. So I'm not going to play anything for you guys today. But the idea is that once we create a song, let's just say theoretically is Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter, all right, that which popped off this last year. Whether you like the song or not, it's a money-making machine. Now here's what happens. Sabrina writes the song one time, and you can basically, you own the intellectual property. You own that as an asset. That song is an income generating asset. So what happens is people are like, man, I like that Espresso song. Can I use that in my commercial? Can I use that in my movie? Man, can I use that song in my video game? And once this song is created one time, all she would have to do, or all you would have to do, is connect with the with whoever wants to use it, and they'll be like, you know, hey, can I use that song? Sure, it's $1,000 to use the song. You made that song one time. Or it's, hey, we're on a subscription base. You can pay me $20 a month and you can use the song for whatever you want. Okay, so I've done that one time. I've created that. I've used my skills to create something one time, and I can monetize it for the rest of my life. Okay, quick side note. Michael Jackson bought the Beatles music and made like more money off owning the Beatles music, because he owned the rights to those assets, than he did on any of his own music his whole life, I believe. And you can look into that story, but that's just a great example. He knew how it worked. Michael Jackson knew how it worked, bought the Beatles songs, and guess what? Anyone who wanted to use those songs in movies or movies or commercials, whatever, Michael Jackson made money on that, okay? We have a subscription-based business. Maybe I start a coaching business. I upload videos one time, and I can make money off that, okay? Or the last thing is YouTube or TikTok or something like that. So one of the reasons that I touched on in the beginning of this video is that I'm on YouTube, okay? So I'm using my extra time. I used a little bit of my cash flow maybe to buy a stand and a mic. And I'm making videos that are on here. I only make this video one time, and if I get monetized, which is not a guarantee, if I get monetized eventually for making great content and succeeding at what I do, this video exists on the internet forever. And guess what? Income. Maybe I make $5 a day from this video, but I only made it one time. Do you see? I made the video one time. Even if it's only $5, it's not about the dollar amount. It's the fact that it pays me from work that I did one time. If I do 10 things that pay me $5 a day, I did them 10 things one time and they each pay me $5 a day, $50 a day. That's 5 times 7, $350 a week, $1,400 a month that I'm getting literally from activities that I did one time, okay? This is that mindset. I just want to implant this mindset in you, okay? Into your mind. I want to incept this mindset into you. We do activities one time. We take our extra time, our extra energy, our extra money. We do things one time, and we get to add little by little to our income. Eventually, we can buy our freedom. So I just wanted to give you this. Our end goal is to turn active money into passive assets. We do active things and we turn them into passive things. Maybe it's a business, a subscription-based business where I sell AI content or whatever it is, and you pay to use my AI content. Or you pay, I create Gmail storage, 15 gigabytes, and you pay me $1.99 a month. Okay? That's what Google's doing. I'm almost out of email space. I get that email all the time, so I got to keep deleting stuff because I'm not paying for that. All right. So I hope this video made sense. Okay. And let's just circle back to that initial cash flow. Okay. We had that initial $200 that we're getting in cash flow. Now we do an act, and let's just say, wow, this month I made $43 from that one activity in passive income. Okay. Maybe I did another activity and it makes me $80 a month in passive income. All we're doing is just adding more and more things. See, I still make the same amount, but I've set up things where now I now have made $123 extra doing nothing. All right, I'm still going through the motions, still doing my job, but now I have this extra income. I didn't get a raise, I didn't get a promotion. Now I have extra income. Boom. I made a YouTube video that was awesome. Now you know what? I made $1,200 this month from that thing that I did one time. And maybe I did something else that just made me like a small amount, let's 17. All of this is more and more money. But the awesome part about all this money is you didn't work for it. You did not sell your life for it. You played the game, and you played it in such a way that these incomes just keep coming in. And now if you want to buy something, think about it this way. So now we have $1,200, and these are obviously fake numbers. I'm giving you a fake scenario to tell a story. We now have, $1,200, let's just say $1,350 roughly, okay? $1,350 extra that I'm taking in per month, okay? You know what? I think I'm going to buy something. Wow, I have $1,350. You know what? I'm going on vacation. And you know what? That vacation was free because you didn't sell your life for it. The money came to you for free. The money came to you for free, guys. This amount of money just flowed into your bank account. You didn't have to work any harder for it. You didn't have to put in any overtime. You still continued to go to your job. And one day, because you set up these assets, wow, I made $1,300 extra this month. I'm going to Cancun. I'm going to Florida. I'm going to Japan. All right? And that vacation is paid for by playing the game smarter, not harder, okay? This is mindset. Let's do a quick recap. We take cash flow, We increase our cash flow. We take that extra cash flow and move it into activities and investments, whether they're emotional, physical, time-based, or financial investments that pay us back forever. They pay us back repeatedly forever. Okay? It's just mindset. This is mindset that I'm teaching you guys. Once this idea pops into your brain and you're like, wow, I can do this, okay? You can then go ahead and figure out how you want to do this. How can I figure this out? How can I do this? Man, maybe I should start that YouTube or TikTok. Maybe I should make some more music. I'm really good at that. Maybe I'll write a book, okay? I am opening doors in your mind right now, and it's your job to walk through them. It's your job to use your creativity to say, yes, you know what? I believe passive income is available to me. Now I got to figure out which route am I going to go? Man, how can I make passive income? Now that we know that it's available to you, whether you work at McDonald's or Wall Street, now that you know it's available to you, now you know that this is a formula, one of the formulas we can do to get there. We just got to figure out, which route am I going to take? Man, maybe I really like dividends. I'm going to start saving up on dividends. Oh man, I really want to invest some of my extra cash flow into a rental property and all that. And so to conclude, I made this video. I traded 27 minutes of my life that I will never ever get back to help you become the best version of yourself. Because I believe in you. I believe that the person watching this, that this information could be transformational in your life, okay? This could be huge. This could be huge for you. You're like, wow, I never thought about that. It's that easy. I take cash flow, I increase my cash flow, and then I move into activities and focus my energy, my additional energy on activities that produce income from doing the activity once plus minor maintenance that pay me for the rest of my life. This is mindset. This is not taught in schools. I've never heard of it. I've always heard go to school, get a good job, blah, 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 blah. Buy a house and a dog, okay? If you create passive income, if you create ongoing income, you can be free. This is not a gimmick. This is not a scam. I'm not like, hey, join my business so we can all make passive income. Join my pyramid scheme. Join my multi-level marketing so we can all get passive income together, okay? Now, there may be a legitimate, I do want to put a caveat, there may be legitimate business opportunities that create passive income that are out there that are maybe in a networking style. I'm not going to diss on that completely. Maybe that's the route that you go, okay? But I have nothing to sell you. The only thing that I have is I'm making a YouTube channel so that this video, as people watch it, it could potentially generate ad revenue for the rest of my life. 20 years from now, this video could be helping people. It could be helping millions of people 20 years from now, and I could be making ad revenue from that on my yacht in the Caribbean, okay? So that's what I'm doing. I'm demonstrating to you guys that I'm doing what I'm saying, and I'm literally giving you for free the formula. Please use it. Use your creativity. You are smart. You are intelligent. You have the ability to create. That's innately who you are, okay? You have the ability to do this, and you know what? You have a unique culture. You have a unique life experience that I don't have. You may see a niche in a market that I could never see. And that's why I made this so simple and so general, so that you can take this mindset and apply it wherever you are in the world. Have a wonderful day, guys. Have a wonderful day. Share this video with a friend, and stop being a slave. Let's make some passive income and stop being a slave. Have a wonderful day, guys.